All right, everybody, welcome to SR Broadcasting. We're here tonight with the SoMo Racing League, DAYZ Racing Xfinity Series at Atlanta for 135 laps tonight. Looks like we got about 17 guys out on the field right now. They should be coming in for their drivers meeting pretty soon. We'll go over a couple things when they do get into their drivers meeting. Got the bubble drivers to go over. There's 2 more races after this, Darlington and then Rockingham, and then they go to the chase. 12 of those drivers will be in. Got a pretty low temperature here, 64 degrees, 55% humidity, partly cloudy skies, and 90-degree track temperature. I know that some of the guys are saying that the car feels kind of loose. We saw it last night in the Portside Jaguar Land Rover Truck Series at Rockingham. A lot of guys losing it coming out of the turns. Hopefully we don't see a repeat of that tonight, but they did pretty good last night. 125 laps, only 3 cautions, so not really too bad. Let's take a look at the drivers in the bubble right now. The guys in the green, Keith Mayato, Adam Baker, David Howard Jr., Chris Samard, Billy Howard, all locked in. Only 5 drivers that are locked in, which is kind of surprising. We're at race number 23. And then Aaron Riley sitting in 6th, Len McNeese, David Gainforth, Joe Mitchell, Dean Viney, Paul Cohen, Jeff Glockner. Right now the 12 potentially to be in. Ronald Henry's only 6 points back. And I think Michael Palmer's about 82 points back. Travis Wall, I believe, if I'm right, I think Travis Wall is locked in. There may be a mistake on this. We're gonna have to double check it. I know there was a problem with the points because with SoMo Racing League, you have to have, in the Xfinity Series, you need to have 18 out of 24 races to be eligible for the chase. There's a minimum race requirement that you need to meet, and I think Travis Wall is about to meet it, and that's why he's not in the green. But anyway, we have 5 guys right now that are locked in, so tonight's race is going to count, and see who's going to get off, who's going to get in. Right now, Ronald Henry has a potential with 6 points to knock Jeff Glockner off of the 12th position, but if any of these guys do get a win, that could be a whole upset right there. So we'll have to hang on and see which way it goes. Let's see who's got the top 5 spot out here tonight. Joe Mitchell, Adam Baker. Scott Sanderson is a new driver. He was out here earlier. Scott Sanderson had to leave the track. New drivers have to start in the Tuesday night Portside Jaguar Land Rover Series. And he came up into the Xfinity Series, and that's against the rules, so Scott was asked to park it for the night, but he did have a really fast time out there. Travis Wall, Lupa Gonzalez. The SoMo Racing League has recruiting open, but it's only for Tuesday nights, and that's for them to get to know drivers to get to know them, see what kind of drivers they are, and then if they can fit into the league and drive with the respect and etiquette that's required. Even iRacing, if you go take a look at some of the iRacing rules, driver etiquette is a big thing there. You can't just come on and push your way through, although guys do, but they do pay the price for it. And I know SoMo also does the same thing with the Tuesday night truck series. The new guys come in. Once they prove they have what it takes, they're allowed to move up to the Xfinity Series. And then obviously next season in 2018, when SoMo starts in February, those drivers that were here and eligible to drive will be open for all 3 series, any one of them or all 3 of them. So that's unfortunate. It looked like he was doing pretty good, but you know, it's just the rules. You can't do it for one if you can't do it for all. So hopefully we'll see him Tuesday nights and get to know him a little bit better. Got some real nice paints out there. See, Ryan Gemmel is out here tonight. Ronald Henry. We saw Ronald Henry only needs 6 points. Then we have Joe Owen, who made a number change from the number 24 to the number 3. So it's going to be a little bit confusing trying to keep an eye on Joe here tonight. Kind of used to seeing him in that 24. And now to see him in that number 3 is going to probably throw me off just a little bit. But I'm sure we'll get by. All right, we got about 2 minutes left. We're going to go ahead to our national anthem, and then we'll be back with Qualify and some more. So see you in a couple minutes, everybody. All right, we're back here live. We got about 18 seconds or so left before we go to qualify. God bless the USA. That's all I got to say. Shout out to all of our servicemen and women who served and are still serving. Keep it up. God bless you, and we stand with you. All right, we're getting ready to roll it over to qualify. Let's throw up the qualify ticker. We'll see who's one of the first drivers out. And it looks like Ryan Gemmel is going to be out on the track. So we'll take a ride around with Ryan. Let's jump inside and we'll take a lap around Atlanta. Ryan Gemmel comes around right now, shown in second. Let's go take a ride around with Travis Wall. Adam Baker up to the number 1 spot at the moment. Travis Wall not going to get a time that lap by. Let's go with Tony Gray in the 00. Tony Gray with a 28.284. See if he can back that up. Oh, up into the wall. iRacing, once you hit the wall, you do not get scored for that lap. David Gainforth shown in 8th. Let's take a look at Dean Viney. Dean Viney with a 28.673. Going to move him up to 9th. Randy Perdue sitting in 10th. Adam Baker still sitting up front in the pole position. Take a look at the number 60 of Brian Neff. Lupa Gonzalez in the 53. Len McNeese now up to 9th. Jeff Glockner with a 10th place. Joe Mitchell up to 3rd. Tony Gray in 4th. Travis Wall in 5th. See if Lupa Gonzalez can knock any of that time out. Coming out of 4, getting ready to go across the stripe. 28.369, gonna move him up to 7th. Now it looked like he was gonna come around and try and make another run of it. Here we have Ronald Henry now out on the track. Excuse me. Must be allergies or something. Ronald Henry in that number 75, 6 points out of the chase right now. So Ronald Henry looking for a good run here tonight. See if he's able to back it up with a good qualify start. And Ronald Henry going to move it up to 8th. I was going to put Brian Neff in 9th. David Gainforth rounding out the top 10. And it looks like everybody is done. So Adam Baker is going to be your pole setter here tonight. Wow, rough one. All right, so Adam Baker's going to start here on the pole for MB Motorsports. Congratulations to Adam on the pole. Ryan Gemmel for MB Motorsports starting outside. Going to have 2 teammates up front. 3rd place, Joe Mitchell, MB Motorsports. 4th place, Tony Gray, Old Schools Motorsports. Starting 5th, Travis Wall for Max Rev Motorsports. Aaron Riley will start 6th for SoMo Racing. Starting 7th for 575 Motorsports, Lupa Gonzalez. Ronald Henry starting 8th with Can-Am. 9th will be Brian Neff with Can-Am. David Gainforth starting 10th for GAC Racing. 11th is Len McNeese for GAC Racing. Jeff Glockner will be rolling off here 12th for SoMo Racing. Dean Viney will roll off 13th for GAC. Randy Perdue will be starting 14th. They have Scott Sanderson shown in 15th, but he's not here. David Howard Jr. will be starting 16th for Diamond State Racing. Joe Owen just moved to that number 3, starting 17th, Fury Motorsports. And Paul Cohen starting 18th for GAC Racing. That's going to round out the field. This is the Lazy Days Racing Xfinity or B Series here at SoMo Racing League. This is race number 24. 2 more races to go after tonight. Darlington and Richmond. and then they will start the chase. So I don't know, guys. Some guys who are looking for that first win, be a good time to get it now. Lock yourself in. See a lot of repeat winners, so I'm sure anything can happen. We always say it isn't over till it's over. And you're welcome, Tim. Anytime, man. Like I told you, just hit me up. It doesn't bother me. I don't mind helping anybody. Here at SoMo, we always try to help other drivers out. Gave Tim a hand with some stuff today, and anything to make the league better and drivers better. Pace car is in. We're getting ready to go green. And we are gone. And of course, my IRTVO is not updating. Adam Baker does hang on to the front. We have the three teammates, MB Motorsports, first, second, and third right there. Joe Mitchell on the inside, Travis Wall right behind him. And I cannot get anywhere, so gonna have to restart. Don't get it. Been having some troubles with this lately. We'll be right back. Let's see if we can't get this fixed. All right, sorry about that. We are back. I don't know, give me a hard time here. Didn't want to update. Couldn't get on any drivers or see what was going on. All right, Adam Baker out front. Joe Mitchell does move to second. Let's go back a little bit to Tony Gray sitting in fifth. Aaron Riley sitting in sixth. Right behind Aaron Riley, the 53, Lupa Gonzalez. And Ronald Henry. And I do see some smoke. And it looks like it may be the 60 of Brian Neff. Let's take a quick look back and see what happened with Brian. We see the back end start going out on him and into the inside wall. Good job locking it down and keeping it out. So he'll be sitting in getting some damage repaired. Unfortunate early mishap there. Let's go back a little bit to let's see if there's anybody on the track trying to battle it out for position. I think the closest one we have right now is Paul Cohen and Jeff Glockner for 14th and 15th. Jeff Glockner in that 88, Paul Cohen in that 51. Right behind them, we have Joe Owen in that number 3. It'll take a while to get used to seeing that. Up front, Adam Baker. Oh, we don't have the ticker running, excuse me. Joe Mitchell sitting in second, Travis Wall in third. Tony Gray now gets around the 6 of Ryan Gemmel. That's going to move Tony Gray into 4th, Ryan Gemmel back to 5th. We have Ryan Gemmel, Lupa Gonzalez, and Aaron Riley, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Take a look at the 88 of Jeff Glockner. We see the 60 of Brian Neff back out on the track. Brian Neff 4 laps down. And they do get around him. Joe Owen does gain a position, starting to move forward a little bit. I think Joe's strategy here is going to try and take it easy. Try to keep it around for the end. And we see Tony Gray and Lupa Gonzalez get a little bit close to each other there. Looked like Lupa was trying to make a pass on the inside, and it kind of rolled up just a little bit. Let's take a look at Mr. Tony Gray. Started 4th, sitting in 4th. Lupa Gonzalez started 7th, and he is up to 5th. Joe Mitchell, who started 3rd, up to 2nd. Looks like he's going to try and take a peek underneath his teammate and the leader, Adam Baker. And does Joe make it to the line? Yeah, we have a new leader. Joe Mitchell does beat Adam Baker to the line, so Joe Mitchell will get a lap led here. See, Aaron Riley now going to take a look underneath the 6 of Ryan Gemmell. And that's going to put Aaron Riley up to 6th. And Ryan Gemmell back to 7th. See if Aaron Riley can complete the pass here going into 1. We have Len McNeese now underneath the 75 of Ronald Henry. Len McNeese will take that spot. That's going to put Len McNeese in 8th. Ronald Henry back to 9th. We see a little bit of right front damage on Ronald Henry's car early on. Must have got up into the wall somewhere. David Howard Jr. sitting in 10th. The 71 of Dean Viney sitting in 11th. And David Gainforth sitting in 12th. So we have a 3-car battle going on back here, 10th, 11th, and 12th. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Adam Baker does get back in front of Joe Mitchell. So Adam Baker now back to the front. So Adam Baker has 13 laps led. Joe Mitchell 1 lap led. Might be some fish in Denmark going on. And we see David Gainforth now taking a look underneath the 71 of Dean Viney. And what car is David Gainforth running? Oh, the Mr. Bubble. Everybody likes that Mr. Bubble 101. Remember the days growing up, Mr. Bubble, that's all it was. So David Gainforth now to 11th. Dean Viney moves back to 12th. And here comes Randy Perdue in 13th. Trying to work his way up to the 71 of Dean Viney. See, Randy Perdue started 14th. He does move up 1 spot to 13th. So Randy Perdue heading in the right direction. Back up here to the 00 of Tony Gray sitting in 6th. Aaron Riley in the 33 sitting in 5th. Lupa Gonzalez in the number 53 sitting in 4th. Travis Wall sitting in 3rd. And back up front, Joe Mitchell and Adam Baker. Adam Baker back to the lead, and Joe Mitchell trying not to let him get too far away. But Travis Wall is slowly reeling them in. I believe we're going to have a 4-car battle here pretty soon between Adam Baker, Joe Mitchell, Travis Wall, and Lupa Gonzalez. See Randy Perdue now starting to peek a little bit underneath the 71 of Dean Viney. Dean Viney to the line first, so he'll hang on to that 12th spot. Randy Perdue going to try again going in 1. And it looks like Randy Perdue will take that spot, so that's going to move Randy Perdue to 12th. Randy Perdue is going to try and set his sights on David Gainforth. I believe Joe Mitchell and Adam Baker again at it. Joe Mitchell back to the front. Adam Baker now taking a look on the inside, going to try a crossover here. Adam Baker back to the front. And these guys are teammates, but you see, once we get out on the track, a win's a win. Chase is coming up. You want to do everything you can to secure yourself in. So let's take a quick look here. Yeah, Joe Mitchell not locked in, but Adam Baker is locked in. So a win for the 18 of Joe Mitchell will lock him in here tonight. So we can see why Joe is fighting a little bit hard to try and keep that spot. Adam Baker, though, coming back pretty strong. And it looks like David Howard Jr. now to the inside of Ryan Gemmell. David Howard Jr. now going to move into 8th. That's going to move Ryan Gemmell back to 9th. Len McNeese sitting in 7th. David Howard Jr. looking to the low side. And it looks like Len's going to give him plenty of room and let him go by. Len, another driver trying to think out the long run here, I believe. Let him have that position, keep the car in one piece, and we can fight it out later on at the end of the race. Let's see, let's jump inside with Joe Mitchell. We'll take a lap around with him behind Adam Baker here. Move back one car to Travis Wall, who's catching the 18 of Joe Mitchell and the 48 of Adam Baker pretty quickly. Oh, and they make some contact. And they're going around. Does a good job of keeping that car moving. Man, we have to go back and see that. I don't know if Joe hit the wall and they were just so close. Let's go take a look. Yeah, Joe Mitchell got into the wall. Oh, and comes back down into the 44. Man, that's going to hurt Joe tonight. Going to hurt Travis a little bit also. But man, that's pretty tough. That's a pretty hard hit right there on the 18, and he had to tow it back in too. So let's see if we got anybody coming down the pit now. Yep, looks like all the drivers are going to come down, probably get 4 tires and fuel and get back out. See them quickly jump into the stalls. We'll see who is going to get out here first. Looks like Joe Owens stays out. He wants to get a lap led. Looks like Adam Baker will get out first. We'll see if Joe Owen's going to stay out and get across the line and get scored as your leader. Let's take a look at Joe Owen in that number 3. Is he going to stay out, score that point? Yes, sir. Joe Owen's going to get that point for leading the lap. Darlington next week for 135 laps. Some of these drivers were at Darlington last night in the Portside Jaguar Land Rover Truck Series, and it was a good race. 125 laps, only 3 cautions. Although there was a big one, took out a couple of good drivers early on, but a lot of long green flag runs that went on. So it was a pretty good race, pretty exciting. So now we'll see, does Joe Owen stay out on these tires and try to hang on to that lead, or is Joe Owen going to come in, get 4 tires and some fuel, take that extra bonus point, get in the back, and work his way back up to the front again? And it looks like Joe Owen will come in and grab some tires and some fuel. So a good move by Joe. It's too early to want to stay out on old tires like that. Only lap 28 of 135. You got that bonus point. Come in, get some fresher tires. You'll have a lap or 2 fresher than some of the guys in front of you. We see Joe Mitchell back out on the track, so that's good for Joe. I believe he's only going to be 2 laps down. Up 3 laps down now. So Adam Baker is your leader. He's going to take the inside. Lupe Gonzalez will be on the outside. Aaron Riley starting in row 2 on the inside. David Howard Jr. starting in row 2 on the outside. We had 6 lead changes. This is caution number 1. 107 laps still to go. Plenty of racing, guys. Plenty of racing. Wait for that pace car to turn down pit road and cut these guys loose again. So Adam Baker on the inside. And Adam Baker with a good start. Number 33 of Aaron Riley right behind him. Aaron Riley looks like he's going to secure that second place. Lupe Gonzalez kind of stuck up on the outside. We see Tony Gray way down low. Tony Gray going to grab that 3rd spot. Go back a little bit here. David Howard Jr., the 55 of Randy Perdue. And we may have a battle here for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Lupe Gonzalez looking underneath the 00 of Tony Gray. See Len McNeese a little bit further back with Travis Wall side by side. And that is for 8th and 9th. So Lupe Gonzalez going to take that spot. Tony Gray now under fire from the 7 of David Howard Jr. Let's go up here to Ryan Gamble in the number 6. He's got Travis Wall behind him. He's got Randy Perdue in front of him. Travis Wall down low. Ryan Gemmel up high. And Travis Wall almost able to make that pass. Travis Wall receiving some serious rear damage. A little bit of right front damage. What's up, Shane? Man, side by side. We have another. Oh, they got it settled out. So we have Adam Baker, Lupa Gonzalez, Tony Gray, Aaron Riley, and David Howard, the top 5. Let's go back here with Ryan Gemmel now and Len McNeese side by side. Len McNeese going to take that spot. Going to move Len McNeese to 8th. Ryan Gemmel back to 9th. Here comes the 71 of Dean Viney. Going to take a look now. Dean Viney to the inside. Oh, Ryan Gemmel closes that door. David Howard Jr. getting a little bit closer there to Aaron Riley, almost on the back bumper. See if he can give Aaron Riley some, fill up that mirror a little bit, get Aaron Riley to miss his marks, get around him. Aaron Riley now sitting in 4th. Let's run through the top 5 real quick. David Howard Jr. started 16th, sitting in 5th. Aaron Riley starting 6th. He's sitting in 4th. Tony Gray started 4th, sitting in 3rd. Lupa Gonzalez started 7th, sitting in 2nd. And Adam Baker, your leader, 34 laps led, started on the pole. And he has about 2-second lead over Lupa Gonzalez. So he's got to spread out pretty quick. He is catching the 3 of Joe Owen, who is a lap down. Joe almost going down 2 laps here. Let's go back, see if we have anybody here side by side on the track. Go back to the 88 of Jeff Glockner sitting in 14th. Jeff started 12th, loses 2 positions, sitting in 14th. Joe Owen right behind him, 1 lap down, sitting in 15th. Ronald Henry 13th. Paul Cohen sitting in 12th. Dean Viney right in front of him in that 71, sitting in 11th. See David Howard Jr. in the 7 in the Butler Furniture Toyota. And he is going to take a look at Aaron Riley. Aaron Riley going to let him go on by. Going to move Aaron Riley back to 5th. David Howard up to 4th. Lupa Gonzalez got him closed down to about 1.7. So is making a little bit of room. But Adam Baker could be backing off just a little bit with no pressure on him. We see Joe Mitchell 2 laps down, Joe Owen 1 lap down. And Adam Baker not too far behind Joe Owen. And we do see some smoke down here once again. See if we can see who it is. Looks like it might be, yeah, the 51 of Paul Cohen. Let's go back while we're green and see what happened to Paul. Oh, Paul into the outside line wall and into the inside wall. Real hard hit. Does keep it off the track. We see the 00 of Tony Gray now coming to take a look at the 33 of Aaron Riley. See, we have Len McNeese, Randy Perdue, Travis Wall, 6, 7, 8. Travis Wall taking a look to the inside. Almost a little bit of contact. Travis Wall going to tuck it in back behind the 55. And Travis Wall will take that position. Randy Perdue looks like he kind of let him go by right now. So got that big picture in there, you know. 75, Ronald Henry. We saw he was 6 points out of the chase. Right now sitting in 11th. Jeff Glockner sitting in 12th right behind him. He is the number 12 driver on the bubble, so they only have one spot between them. Not going to be enough right now. Adam Baker, Lupe Gonzalez, David Howard Jr., Aaron Riley, Tony Gray, your top 5. Aaron Riley to the inside. Tony Gray gonna follow. David Howard Jr. may lose 2 spots here. Tony Gray gonna tuck it in back behind the 7 of David Howard Jr. for the moment. So Aaron Riley gonna move back up to 3rd. David Howard Jr. 4th. Tony Gray still sitting in 5th. Lupe Gonzalez has got Adam Baker down to about a 1-second lead. Adam Baker has got 46 laps led so far, coming to lap 51. Randy Perdue and Travis Wall still battling it out for 7th and 8th spot. Aaron Riley, David Howard Jr., Tony Gray, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So far we've had 6 lead changes, 1 caution, 83 laps of racing still to be done here tonight. 2 more races to go after this for the chase. Darlington and Richmond. And we have some guys that are pretty close. 5 guys only locked into the chase. Kind of hard to believe, like I said earlier, at race number 23, only to have five different guys in. But we had some multiple winners. Randy Perdue still trying to battle it out with Travis Wall. Going to take another look on the inside, see if he can get it done this time. And he'll get back up in front of Travis Wall. That's going to put Randy Perdue up to 7th, move Travis Wall back to 8th. Sitting in 9th is David Howard Jr. in that 101. Back in 10th is Dean Viney with Jeff Glockner now going to take a peek. Oh, Jeff Glockner got onto that white line and kind of drifted up. Does a good job staying off the 71. That is going to open the door for the 75. Jeff Glockner getting down on that white line. That's a little bit scary there, hitting that white line. That's going to let Dean Viney get back away from him, but Ronald Henry now to the back of Jeff Glockner. And then the 18 of Joe Mitchell, but he is 2 laps down. And Jeff Glockner going to try and take another look down on the inside of the 71 of Dean Viney. Looks like Jeff trying to do everything he can to get around that 71. Let's take a lap around with Jeff Glockner and see what he's seeing up here. See him taking a look back down low on the 71. See if he can get back into the throttle and secure that spot. Side by side down that back stretch. Looks like Dean Viney will lose 2 spots in that, because that will let Ronald Henry get by now. So Dean Viney going to move back to 11th, Ronald Henry 10th, Jeff Glockner moving up to 9th. It looked like Dean Viney was going to take a look at the low side there of that 75. 75 got a good run coming off the 4. Got a good race going on right here with these 3. 9th, 10th, and 11th. And I see smoke, and I believe that's the 55 of Randy Perdue. Still running. A little bit damaged. Let's go take a quick look and see what happened with him. Same thing, into that wall. Seen 3 drivers do that here tonight so far. Had a feeling that was going to be a problem. So we look at Jeff Glockner sitting in 8th, Ronald Henry in 9th. Go back up front to Adam Baker, who spread the lead out to about 2.7. Second place is Lupa Gonzalez. Sitting in 3rd, David Howard Jr. And right on the back of David Howard Jr. is the 33 of Aaron Riley. Tony Gray sitting in 5th. Len McNeese up to 6th. David Gameforth right now in 7th. Jeff Glockner and Ronald Henry are still going at it, and they're slowly reeling in David Gameforth in at 101. And I believe Jeff moved up to let that 75 by. So now Ronald Henry going to close in on the 101 of David Gameforth. Take a look to the inside. Gameforth with a good run on that outside line. Ronald Henry not able to make up too much ground. Going to pull it in back behind the 101. Let's take a look at Jeff Glockner's paint here. Bordeaux's butt paste. A nice looking car. Back to the inside of Ronald Henry one more time. So Jeff Glockner going to move back to 8th. Move Ronald Henry to 9th. And see if Jeff Glockner can reel in the 101 of David Gameforth, or is Ronald Henry going to do a crossover and take that spot back? Looks like David Howard Jr. catching up to Lupa Gonzalez. Going to try and take second place away from him. See the 55 of Randy Perdue on fresher tires going by Aaron Riley. Going to probably get around Lupa Gonzalez and David Howard Jr. here. Try to get one of those laps back. Randy Perdue is showing 4 laps down, sitting in 13th right now. So Randy Perdue just go around. The back end came out on him into the wall. And able to get some repairs done and get back out. David Howard Jr. now in 2nd. Lupa Gonzalez in 3rd. Aaron Riley sitting in 4th. And Tony Gray rounding out your top 5. So not too much has changed up front. Adam Baker right now with 65 laps led. He's got about 3.8 seconds over David Howard Jr. now sitting in 2nd. So Adam Baker's got this place pretty figured out. Let's take a ride with him and listen to how he's doing it. So we see Ronald Henry moving a little bit closer there to the 101 of David Gainforth. Go through your top 10 real quick here. We have Dean Viney started 13th, sitting in 10th. Jeff Glockner started 12th, sitting in 9th. Ronald Henry started 8th, hanging on to 8th. David Gainforth started 10th. He's moved up to 7th. Len McNeese, who started 11th, is sitting in 6th. Lupa Gonzalez, who started 7th, is sitting in 5th right now. And Tony Gray started 4th, sitting tight in 4th. Aaron Riley started 6th, moves up 3 spots to 3rd. David Howard Jr. 16th to 2nd. And looks like David Howard Jr. is coming in. Adam Baker up front, started on the pole, has 72 laps led. So we should start seeing a couple of green flag pit stops here if a caution doesn't come out. Have to keep an eye and see who decides to come in, who stays out. But that's going to move Aaron Riley to 2nd, Tony Gray to 3rd, Lupa Gonzalez. Tony Gray coming in now. Oh, and Aaron Riley spins into the grass. Lupa Gonzalez. Oh, that's going to hurt. Let's see what happened. No yellow, though. See, Aaron Riley, was he trying to pit? Yeah, oh, and he gets rear-ended by Lupa Gonzalez. Wow, that's tough. That's a tough break. Lupa Gonzalez is destroyed. Aaron Riley's going to be sitting, getting some repairs done. Changes everything up. We have Len McNeese now out front, getting some bonus points. See Adam Baker just coming out of the pits. Sitting in your top 5s, Len McNeese, Ronald Henry, Jeff Glockner, David Gainforth, and Dean Viney. And just that fast, everything's changed. Wow, that was a unfortunate mishap right there with Lupa Gonzalez going into the back of Aaron Riley. Aaron Riley, though, back out on the track. He's only 1 lap down, sitting in 10th, so he still has a shot at it. Lupa Gonzalez, looks like Lupa Gonzalez is just taking the car behind the wall. See Jeff Glockner now in for his pit stop. Oh, slides through the pits. Having some trouble getting into reverse. That's going to hurt him big time. Adam Baker now back up to 3rd. Len McNeese in the pits. That gives up the lead to Ronald Henry. See if Ronald Henry can get around here and get scored as your leader. See the 55 of Randy Perdue going to get one of his laps back right now by passing the 75. So that should put Randy Perdue 2 laps down as opposed to 3. And Ronald Henry will come across the stripe, get scored as your leader. So Ronald Henry will get a bonus point for leading a lap. That's going to cut into that 12. Adam Baker now sitting in 2nd. David Howard Jr. in 3rd. 71 of Dean Viney is sitting 7th, 1 lap down. David Howard Jr. going to take a look on the inside of the 71 of Dean Viney. A little wiggle there by the 71. See Len McNeese in the 84. Oh, coming out of the pits and slides it. Oh, wow. I can't believe he missed him. The 60 of Brian Neff. I don't know how he missed Len there. Wow. You look up there, you see Len spinning on the inside there and right back up to the track. Wow, that was great driving right there to get around him. So Adam Baker now does move back to the lead. David Howard Jr. in second, does get around the 71 of Dean Viney. Dean Viney is sitting in sixth, 1 lap down. Tony Gray sitting in third. Aaron Riley is in fourth. And just getting passed by the leader, so that's going to put Aaron Riley a lap down. Dean Viney now moves into the top 5. David Gameforth in the 101 moves up to 6th. Jeff Glockner in 7th and Ronald Henry in 8th. Joe Mitchell just getting into the pits. He was just on the lead lap. He's probably going to lose a lap or 2. And Len McNeese sitting in 12th right now out on the track. Brian Neff 14th. And the last car, Paul Cohen, I believe he is getting some repairs done. Paul Cohen sitting in 17th. So David Howard Jr. about 7 seconds back from Adam Baker. We'll see if he can make up any time, but we do see some action getting ready to start here between David Gameforth and Dean Viney, and that is for 5th and 6th. Dean Viney in the 71 sitting in 5th, the 101 of David Gameforth sitting in 6th. And he was trying to take a peek to the inside. Going to have to set him back up again. Not to make a joke, but he's keeping that Mr. Bubble pretty clean. That's a good car. Everybody always liked that car when he ran it. He ran it for a while. Then he ran something else for a little bit. I think he was running... I want to say Looney Tunes or something like that, but I'm glad to see him pull back out the Mr. Bubble machine here tonight. Those of you that are close to the age group I'm in, Mr. Bubble was big when we were kids. See the Old Schools Motorsports sticker on the back of that car. I believe Old Schools did paint that up for him. He said one time we talked to him in an interview. Real nice paint job there. We like that car. See him taking a look back down low on the 71 of Dean Viney. This is for position. Dean Viney sitting 5th. The 101 of David Gameforth sitting 6th. David trying everything he can, man, on that inside to get around the 71. Not able to do it. Have to try and set him up again. Maybe try to do a outside pass. That'll be the first one here tonight.
Butler Furniture is a family-owned discount furniture and mattress, living room, bedroom store based in Mountain Home, Arkansas. Since opening, Butler Furniture has served customers in Mountain Home, West Plains, Harrison, Batesville, Searcy, Russellville, Conway, Cabot, Rogers, Springdale, and Jonesboro. We can help you select your new furniture and mattress, living room, bedroom purchase at any budget. We look forward to seeing you at Butler Furniture. Our knowledge of the furniture and mattress, living room, bedroom sets we sell sets us high above the competition. We look forward to seeing you at Butler Furniture.
SoMo Garage, bringing you the latest racing news, sim racing talk, driver chat, and highlights from the SoMo Racing Leagues with SoMo Racing League drivers. Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Get ready for 1 hour of kicking the tires in the SoMo Garage with your hosts, Aaron Riley and Paul Zoda.
And we do want to thank Butler Furniture for coming on board with SoMo this season, sponsoring a bunch of races here. Butler Furniture is a car right here. David Howard Jr. is looking to try to get in victory lane tonight. Right now, David Howard Jr. running second, about 5.8 seconds behind Adam Baker. Adam Baker's been on fire tonight. He is got 86, coming to 87 laps led, started on the pole and got as low as 6th, but back out front as the laps are winding down. We've had one caution, and we still have about 40, coming to 39 laps left of racing. Go back to third, Tony Gray. Tony Gray started 4th, sitting in 3rd. Looks like he's got a pretty clean, smooth running car. Still have plenty time left to try to get back up closer to the leader, maybe put on a challenge for a win here tonight. You go back to Aaron Riley, started 6th. He is sitting 4th, and believe it or not, 4th place, he's the first car a lap down. We saw Aaron Riley get into a little bit of trouble there in the pits, trying to make a pit. Got hit by Lupa Gonzalez. David gained 4th, sitting in 5th in that 101, started 10th. Having a real good run here tonight. Dean Viney, though, started 13th, sitting in 6th, all over the back of that 101. We'll have to keep an eye on these two. And right now, Ronald Henry sitting in 7th. He is one position in front of Jeff Glockner. Ronald Henry started 8th. He's up in 7th. Jeff Glockner started 12th. He's sitting in 8th. And Ronald Henry was only 12 points, I believe, behind Jeff Glockner. Jeff Glockner, the number 12 driver on the bubble, trying to get a little bit more of a secure spot into the chase during this race and the next 2 races coming up. So we'll see if David Howard can reel in Adam Baker anytime soon. Maybe put a challenge on for that number 1 spot. We know David Howard Jr. would like to get that Butler Furniture sponsor and car into victory lane here. See, Brian Neff does move down low out of the way. I'm not sure if he was just coming out of the pits. Yeah, it looks like he's coming out of the pits. He is in 14th, and he is 25 laps down. We've seen him get into a little bit of trouble early on, but hanging on to that spot. Joe Mitchell sitting in 12th. He is 3 laps down. See a little bit of damage on the front end of that car. Randy Perdue, we saw Randy Perdue with a pretty good hit. He's still out running. He's sitting 11th, 3 laps down, so not really having a bad night. Still out on the track. See if he's got enough to stay almost into the wall again. Where's Mr. Len McNeese sitting in 10th spot, shown 3 laps down. Joe Owen does move up to 9th. We've seen Joe Owen get into a little bit of trouble early on. Didn't look too promising, but starting to move forward a little bit. Let's see, Joe Owen started 17th, does move himself up to 9th. So he's definitely moving in the right direction as the laps wind down here. See him going to take a look underneath the 33 of Aaron Riley. That is not for position, but Aaron Riley is going to let him go. Come up to Mr. Jeff Glockner, who started 12th and sitting in 8th. Jeff Glockner having a real good run here tonight. I know Jeff Glockner's been doing some training, working with a spotter, and trying to step up his game here to secure a spot in the chase and hopefully advance. Ronald Henry sitting in 7th right now. Ronald Henry did start 8th. A little bit of damage to the right front, but other than that, it looks pretty good. David Howard Jr. losing a little bit of time to Adam Baker. Back down to about a 7.2 second follow on Adam Baker. Adam Baker, though, out on fire. Adam Baker's got a dominant run here tonight. If he can keep it running, keep it clean, I don't know, without a caution, going to be hard for any of these guys to catch him. Tony Gray in that 00 Old School's Motorsports Camry. Having a good run here. 3rd place so far. Looks like he's having a pretty decent run. Car looks pretty steady. We do see Adam Baker, though, slowly closing in on Tony Gray. And that's the difference right there between Adam Baker and Tony Gray. Tony Gray, the last car on the lead lap and sitting in 3rd. Next week, Darlington, 135 laps in the Lazy Days Racing Xfinity Series. And yeah, I'm guessing you're going to see one more pit stop. We'll probably see a couple of guys try and run it out through the end. Going to be close. 26 laps to go. Adam Baker really doesn't have much pressure, so he can back off quite a bit and save a lot of fuel. I'm not really sure about David Howard Jr., how much fuel he's going to have for it. Might be a quick stop and go. Right now, your top 5, Adam Baker, David Howard Jr., Tony Gray, David Gainforth, and Dean Viney. We're looking at a 64-degree air temperature and a 90-degree track temperature with partly cloudy skies. So a little bit cool there. Let's go back to Joe Owen in that number 3. Joe Owen used to run the 24. I never thought I'd see Joe Owen give up that 24. But Joe Owen requested today for the number 3 since the number 3 became available today. New paint scheme, new number. He's ready. Jeff Glockner in that number 88, sitting in 8th. Good to see Jeff having a good run here tonight. Hopefully, the things he's been doing now to improve and get better will get him a better spot here in the chase and help him move on. So Adam Baker now 104 laps led. We're winding these laps down. David Howard Jr. to about an 8.2 second follow on Adam Baker. Without a caution, this is going to be a tough. I don't think he'll have enough to catch him. They would need a caution and have to battle it out on the start there. You never know what's going to happen, though. Sometimes when we think we've seen it all, something new pops up. And Joe Mitchell's got himself back up to 11th after having early troubles. Let's take a look inside Joe's car. See his hood a little bit wrinkled up. Not really hurting him too much. Go up here to Dean Viney behind that 101 of David Gainforth. Dean Viney sitting in 5th, Gainforth in 4th. Let's see if he's going to be able to make that pass. You can hear Dean Viney a little bit on and off on that throttle, trying to feather it through the turns. You can tell the cars are starting to change a little bit. The fuel load is probably way light and the tires are worn out. It's a different car than what they started with on the restart here after the pit stops also. David Howard Jr. moving a little bit closer down to 6.9, but Adam Baker could be backing it up just a little bit with no pressure, saving some fuel. We've seen him get around the 3 earlier, and now the 3 is catching him, so not for position, but that'll let you know if he is backing off, if that 3 does get around him. Yeah, if you're going to come in for a splash, you may as well get rights because it's about the same time. At least it'll help you out a little bit for a couple laps. And David Howard Jr. way back there. And Adam Baker way up here. Up behind the buildings. Yeah, he's going to let the 3 of Joe Owen go on by. And then we go back to 3rd place, Tony Gray. Tony Gray 1 lap down. If he can get in front of the 48, he'll get that lap back. If not, he is the first car on the for the lucky dog. So we'll have to keep an eye on the scorecard here and see if anybody starts getting ready to jump into the pits here. We're winding them down. Coming to 13 laps to go this time by. Dean Viney and David Gainforth now fighting it out. Len McNeese in that mix, but Len McNeese is not for a position. He is trying to stay high to let these guys go by. Going to tuck in behind the 71. See David Gainforth in 4th, Dean Viney in 5th. Dean Viney going to take another look. Going to be a drag race down the backstretch. See if Dean Viney can hang on to it. Nope. And the 101 going to get the advantage going into 3. But they are fighting it out. They know the laps are coming down. Every position is going to count 4 points. And right now, that is your closest battle on the track. And that is for 4th and 5th. Dean Viney getting real close to that bumper, trying to take some of that air off of there, loosen him up a little bit and get him to move up the track. Let's see if Dean is able to hang on to it here, going back in 1. Gainforth on the outside, Viney on the inside, has to get back behind the 101. Dean Viney one more time, going to try and take a look on the inside once again. And not able to do it that lap. 8 laps to go. Adam Baker out front. 6.4 seconds back to second place. David Gainforth a little bit further back. 3rd place, Tony Gray. 4th place, David Gainforth. 5th place, Dean Viney. Aaron Riley right now sitting in 6th. And right in front of him is Joe Mitchell in the 18. Joe Mitchell is sitting in 11th. David Gainforth able to pull away from the 71 of Dean Viney for a little bit. We'll be coming to 5 laps to go this time by. We've had 9 lead changes tonight, 1 caution, 5 laps to go. 135 laps here at Atlanta. And so far, everybody stayed out, so everybody must have enough to make it at least to the checker. Jeff Glockner and Ronald Henry battling it out still for 7th and 8th as we come down to the close here. Jeff Glockner in that 88 was sitting 12th on the bubble coming in. Ronald Henry was sitting 13th, 12 laps back. So You know, these guys are going to fight hard for that position right here. We get ready to come to 3 laps to go. And Jeff Glockner is going to take that spot. It's going to move Jeff up to 7th. Ronald Henry back to 8th. Jeff having a great run here tonight. Good to see him turn things around. Two laps to go. Let's go back up here with Adam Baker. You see Tony Gray behind him, but Tony Gray is in 3rd. He's trying to get that lap back from Adam Baker if he gets past him, which Adam Baker may let him go at this point. That'll put Tony Gray back on the lead lap. He is the first car a lap down, sitting in 3rd. Come to the white flag. Adam Baker right now, 125 laps led so far tonight. And we see a smoker down on the bottom, the 84 of Len McNeese. And Adam Baker is going to take home the win here tonight at Atlanta. So Adam Baker, your winner here, 126 laps led. That's just insane. David Howard Jr. will finish 2nd. Tony Gray will finish 3rd. Definitely a good race here. We'll let these guys get it together and we'll go ahead and get some interviews with them.
SoMo is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group, Blancpain GT Series. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
All right, we're going to see if we can get caught up with our winner here, Adam Baker. We'll see if we can get a word in with him. Adam Baker, this is Paul up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Wow, man, 126 laps led. All I can say is, dude, I don't know how you do it, but, man, you were on fire out there. How you feeling?
I'm tired. The setup was pretty rough, especially in the first couple laps on fresh tires, and then it would just get really, really tight very fast about 7 laps in. So it's just, trying to manage the tires, trying to manage the gap to the cars behind me. I had a little bit of luck with Joe and Travis, getting caught up there. They were really, really fast. So if that hadn't happened, it would have been us 3, racing for the win. At the end there, it came down to fuel mileage. I had like a little less than half a gallon left in the tank. Just trying to run a consistent pace and make it to the end.
Yeah, we were wondering, when Tim was asking on chat if anybody was going to be coming in. We were kind of waiting to see if anybody was going to come in for a splash and go or right side and splash and go. And I had a feeling you didn't really have that much pressure on you. You were able to back it off a little bit. We saw the 3 of Joe Owen You passed him a little bit earlier. He was a few laps down, but we saw him getting back up to you. And I said, you got to be probably holding off a little bit and just let him go on by to save a little bit of fuel. Is that what was going on?
Yeah, I was running about 85% on the straightaways and stuff, just trying to keep my momentum up. I was watching my lap times, just trying to stay around like a 30.2 to a 30.5, somewhere in that range, because I knew if I was running times like that, I could make it to the end. And I was getting through 3 and 4 really well, so I was able to keep up my momentum there and not burn a ton of fuel and like still stretch the lead. So I was just trying to, go as fast as I could without using the throttle, and it just worked out.
Well, you did a great job on it tonight, man. 126 laps led, dominant run, started on the pole, take home the win. Locked in the chase, so 2 more races to go till we get to the chase. Next week is Darlington. I know we ran Darlington in the Portside Jaguar Land Rover trucks the other night. How you feel about heading there in the Xfinity car?
If it's Darlington, I'm feeling real confident in these cars. I'm not very good there in the Cup cars, but yeah, I like that track a lot in the trucks and in these cars. I thought it was Rockingham we were heading to, but yeah, that's right. It's Darlington.
Yeah, Darlington. We got Darlington last night, Darlington next week, and then next week again in the Lazy Days Racing Cup Series. So 2 nights of Darlington is going to be an interesting week.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, listen, before we let you get out of here and go celebrate, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I'd like to thank you guys up there in the booth for everything that you do, putting on these great races for us. I'd like to thank you and all the other admins here for everything that you do, and all the racers out here. We have a ton of fun every night, and it's all because of everybody that comes out. I'd like to thank my teammates for everything that they do. I'd like to thank Lazy Days for sponsoring the series, and I'd like to thank all the fans who came out and watched.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on a great run here tonight. 126 laps led. Started on the pole, take home the win, and just keep it going, man. We'll look forward to talking to you next week.
All right, thank you.
All right. All right, let's see if we can get caught up here with David Howard Jr. David Howard Jr., this is Paul up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, Paul. I got you.
Hey, man. See you in that Butler Furniture Camry. Started 16th, finishing 2nd. Real strong run here for you tonight. How you doing out there?
Oh, man, that was a long night. I wish I would have felt more confident in my qualifying lap so I could have started up front.
Yeah, it was a little bit tough there at the end. We were saying, without a caution, man, the distance was really hard to try to make up, and it looked like it was going to stay green. We heard Adam saying he was at about a half a gallon left in his tank at the end there. How are you doing on fuel?
I had to save fuel for more than half that last run. I really struggled to get by Dean. Dean was a lap car back there, and he didn't do anything wrong. He was racing for position, another guy close to us there, but I really struggled to get by him. The only place I was faster than him was the center of the corner, and he had the bottom line, so I never could get by him, and I lost like 4 seconds to Adam there. I come out 3.5 behind him and wind up 7.5 by the time I got by Dean. So at that point, I realized that I was going to be about 2 laps short and had to start letting out and rolling in and letting guys go and just trying to save fuel. I knew if I splash and go, them guys could beat me.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you just take it home 2nd. That's not too bad. I mean, starting 16th is definitely a lot of positions, a lot of cars that you passed to get up there. You kept it clean. Butler Furniture Camry looks real good here tonight. So, we were kind of hoping to see you in victory lane with that car. Butler Furniture is a sponsor here, and we give a shout out to them. Would have been nice to see you up there with that car in victory lane one more time. But next week is Darlington, man. So, maybe you can get victory lane there.
Yeah, man. Atlanta tonight's my favorite track, and come up second's about like losing the thing. Might as well finish last to me. That's pretty frustrating to come up second, but I guess it's okay for a points night. If I guess that's what everybody says, right? So we'll go with that and move on to Darlington, man. Darlington's another one of my favorite tracks, a real technical track. Got to run up right by the wall and go ahead and get your Darlington stripe out of the way early so you don't worry about it too much later in the race. And man, it's just a fun place to race, and we look forward to driving the Butler Furniture Camry to victory lane there, hopefully.
Yeah, that'll be a good race, man. We look forward to it. Well, anyway, man, I know second isn't first, but definitely a good run, man. 16th to second. I wouldn't be too upset about it. And like you said, a good night in the points, man. 2 more races till the chase, so heading in the right direction, man. So before we let you get out of here, anybody you want to shout out to?
Yeah, I just want to send a big shout out to my wife and daughter for putting up with my hobby and allowing me time to come down here and practice this stuff and have a good time doing it, not nag me for it. And so I appreciate them. Appreciate you putting this league on and all our sponsors, Lazy Days Racing, Portside, Jaguar, and Land Rover. My personal sponsor, or our team personal sponsor, Butler Furniture, does a lot for us. So big shout out to them, Mr. Butler. I hope you got a chance to watch tonight. Sorry we couldn't come up one more better for you.
As always, next week, man. And if you're watching there, Mr. Butler, we appreciate you coming on board, and we'll see if we can get this car in victory lane next week.
Yes, sir. Thanks a lot, Paul.
All right, you have a good night, man. Go celebrate, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, let's see if we can get caught up with where is third place. What happened to I lost third place. I can't find third place anywhere on here. It's showing me fourth place, but it is not showing me third place. You run through real quick. All right, here we go. Let's say I know he's here somewhere. Let's get caught up with Mr. Tony Gray. This is Paul up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Paul.
Man, I couldn't find you there for a minute. I said, where'd third place go? I thought you left.
No, I was hanging out just talking to these guys here.
Well, dude, you started fourth. You had a pretty good car here tonight. You kept it clean all night, and you take home third, so definitely not bad. Nice looking old school's motorsports Camry out there, man. How was your race tonight?
I have to say it was pretty good. I'm definitely satisfied. Come here with top 3. I was definitely planning on hoping I was going to be able to get up here and battle a little bit better, but I had a misfortune on that last pit stop. I got caught speeding down pit lane there, so got a penalty for that, and that kind of ruined my night for anything any better. So with taking that on, I'm definitely satisfied to come on with the top 3.
Yeah, I was wondering what happened to you back there. We didn't really see, wasn't sure if you got loose somewhere or what, but we didn't see any damage on the car, so that kind of explains it. But yeah, that's definitely a great recovery, man, to get a speeding penalty and to still come out here in third, man. Definitely rough. It was a good race tonight, man. One caution for 135 laps. We've seen a lot of racing going on. Just at the end there, it's spread out so far. It was really tough for anybody to get caught up to anybody. We were talking to Adam Baker. He said he had about a half a gallon of fuel left there at the end. Were you conserving any fuel there towards the end of that run?
Yeah, pretty much about half, I would say, of that last run. I was having to just run about half throttle. I mean, I was really just felt like I was just creeping around there, just trying to save all I could. I knew it was going to be close, and right there with about 5 to go, I was able to. I knew I was going to, I felt comfortable anyway, so I was able to get back on the throttle a little bit and got back up there with Adam. But I actually run out coming to the checker flag, so
yeah,
definitely close.
We were wondering if anybody was going to come in for a splash or right sides in a splash, and it looked like it was getting a little bit close there. But I'll tell you what, definitely an exciting race, a good race. Next week is Darlington. How you feel about hitting Darlington in these cars?
I don't know. It's going to be entertaining for sure. Darlington's a fun racetrack. There, I really enjoy it. It's a tough place to get around, but with these cars here, they ought to be really fun.
Yeah, it should be good. We have Darlington and then Richmond and then the Chase starts. So it should be pretty interesting finish here to the regular season before we get into the Chase. But you started fourth, man. You take her home third, recover from that speeding penalty. So it's definitely a good night for you. Hopefully to set you off to a good start for next week.
Yeah, I hope so. Like I say, I kind of hate that happen, but it is what it is. It's racing, I guess. So yeah, to come back from that and they get a top 3 here, I'm definitely well satisfied and look forward for next week.
Hey, let me ask you something. Are you running Monday night at GAC and the Dirt Series starting up?
Yes, I am.
All right.
We're starting this coming up Monday, so yeah, kind of looking forward to that also.
Yeah, we'll be live here Monday with GAC for their opener in the 360 Sprint Cars at Eldora. So if you're here, tune in for that one. Tony Gray was the back-to-back champion over there for the last 2 seasons. We'll see if he can make it a triple win there in the dirt. So anyway, man, congratulations on the third place finish here tonight. Before we let you get out of here, anybody you want to shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to you guys up there in the booth, doing an outstanding job up there for sure, and for you and the admins all over here at SoMo for putting this thing up. It's an awesome league. I really enjoy running up here with you guys, and Lazy Days for sponsoring the event tonight. And I'd like to give a shout out to all my teammates over at Old School Motorsports, and shout out also to these guys over at GAC Racing.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations, dude. I know it ain't the win, but third place after all that is definitely a good step forward for next week, man. So we look forward to seeing you then.
Yes, sir. Be looking forward to it.
All righty, and we'll see you Monday night over at GAC, man.
We'll be there.
All right, that was Tony Gray. Takes it home third. Not bad. You heard he recovered from a pit road speeding penalty. So, not too bad to come out with a third place finish here. See how he can do next week going into Darlington. We see Adam Baker just burning him down a little bit here. Adam Baker comes home your winner tonight. 126 laps led, started on the pole, takes home the win. So congratulations once again to Adam Baker. Great run here tonight. Let's see. We had 9 lead changes, 1 caution. 135 lap race here at Atlanta. So it was pretty good. A lot of racing all through the field. You heard these guys talk about coming down to fuel strategy there at the end. Tony Gray ran out coming across the stripe. Adam Baker had about half a lap left before he would run out. So pretty interesting. Good to see it go green. And next week, live here, 8:45, Darlington, Lazy Days Racing Xfinity Series. Should be a good race. We got a bunch of guys on the points trying to get their way in. Obviously, with these repeat winners, it's going to be hard for any of these guys to score a win, but anything can happen. So Sunday night, tomorrow night, Lazy Days Racing Cup Series is off. There won't be any race. They'll be back next week on PBR Broadcasting at Darlington for 135 laps. But next week, the Lazy Days Racing Xfinity Series right here will be at Darlington the night before for 135 laps. And that'll be right here on SR Broadcasting at 8:45. And then don't forget, Sunday night, SoMo Garage, 9 p.m. East to 10 p.m. East. Great talk show. Going to have SoMo drivers on, talk about iRacing, sim racing, NASCAR racing, some of the races and ups and downs of sim racing. So tune in 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday night, and we hope to see you there. Let's go over the results. You have Adam Baker, who takes home the win tonight with 126 laps led. David Howard Jr. in the Butler Furniture Camry takes it home second. Tony Gray, who we spoke to with the Old Schools Motorsports team, he came in third. David Gainforth will finish fourth. Dean Viney comes home in fifth. Jeff Glockner will take home sixth. Jeff Glockner, great run for him tonight, turning things around right at the right time. So congratulations to Jeff on sixth. Ronald Henry will take home seventh. Aaron Riley will take it home eighth. Joe Owen will take home ninth. Rounding out your top 10 is Joe Mitchell. 11th place will be Len McNeese. Brian Neff will take home 12th. Randy Perdue will finish 13th. Lupa Gonzalez will take home 14th. Travis Wall will take home 15th. Ryan Gemmel will be 16th. Paul Cohen will be 17th. Scott Sanderson is shown in 18th, and he was not on the track here tonight. So we hope you enjoyed it, and we look forward to seeing you again. If you like it, like and subscribe, follow us around, and check out what we got coming up. We got a lot of good races coming up. GAC started Monday, the 360 Sprint cars at Eldora. That'll be right here live at 8:45. Tune in for that. Tuesday night, the Portside Jaguar Land Rover Truck Series. And then Wednesday night, the Lazy Days Racing Xfinity Series. And then Thursday night, of course, the Lazy Days Racing Cup Series on PBR Broadcasting. So plenty of racing to go. Heading to the chases. The pressure is coming on. It's going to get hot. Until then, everybody, have a good night. Have a safe week.